There I was, enjoying my flight. No food, no energy, but suddenly I found bucked up energy drinks and protein drinks that were insanely delicious. I wasn't just surviving, I was thriving. But like all good things, my time on the island was coming to an end. Although I missed that island, I still feel like $1,000,000.
In the fight, recovery is everything.
Beyond mindset, beyond muscles, they work on that deeper frequency.
After just one track, my thoughts carry more weight.
They recalibrate my whole system.
Elevate your game.
Like a mental reset button.
They synchronize my brainwaves.
That's why I use Rasha.
Real champions use Rasha. Own your excellence. Rasha Scalar Sonic headphones.
Okay, so this is a true story from the Alp archives. Actually, this happened a week ago today. Sitting having coffee with my wife, my hot blonde wife, and she throws in an Alp, 9-milligram tropical fruit, and she looks me straight in the face and says verbatim, "I can't believe there was a time when I didn't have Alp. Thank you for making it." She actually said that to me. Alp, she'll thank you for it. Get some at alppouch.com.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is presented by Bucked Up. Feel like $1,000,000. We are right here on the shores of Lake Michigan in the shadow of Chicagoland. We are in Hammond, Indiana, and live from the Horseshoe Hammond for the official weigh-ins for BKFC Fight Night Hammond. And welcome inside the Horseshoe Hammond. We are live, everybody, and it is going down tomorrow night right here at the Horseshoe. BKFC action at its finest with some of the best fighters from the Midwest. We have a champion from another organization making the jump and making his debut here into the BKFC, taking on one of the best young welterweights in the company in Cameron VanCamp. All this and so much more, but let's get things started by bringing up some of those special people on stage. First up, the most beautiful ladies in all of combat sports. Let's bring up Marley, our bare knuckle bombshell. And how about this? We got Indiana royalty in the house, a man that dazzled the UFC, all kinds of fight of the nights. He is the one and only walking fight of the night. Lights out, Chris Lytle. And you can't forget this guy, Mr. Hello ×3. He is the mayor of Loudmouth Nation, Mr. Live Worldwide, Jeff Houston.
Thank you very much, Cyrus. And as he said, hello ×3 to everyone watching out there at our BKFC Knuckleheads. What's going on, Hammond? It has been a while since we have been back here at Horseshoe Hammond, since October of last year, but we are back where we belong, Horseshoe Hammond in the great state of Indiana for the official BKFC Fight Night Hammond Weigh-In Show. And as always, we are completely fueled up by Bucked Up. Feel like $1,000,000. Let's talk about what's going down tomorrow in the Fight Night you are going to be seeing the BKFC 16-foot squared circle. That is the smaller phone booth of a fight scenario, which means nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The fights just keep getting better and better as the space gets smaller. Now let's talk about how you can watch us. We're going to get kicked off at 8 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, and you're going to be able to see us on the BKFC app, but we've got a couple of fights coming your way for free. You'll be able to see them on the official BKFC Instagram and YouTube pages. But again, official start time on the BKFC app, 8 p.m. Central Time. Let's get things kicked off with the first fight of the night tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central Time, going down in the BKFC welterweight division. First to the scale, he steps into the squared circle tomorrow, ready for bare knuckle fight number 2. From Tucson, Arizona, here is Anthony, the Pistol Pike. Anthony Pike steps on 164.8. And his opponent also toes the line tomorrow for bare knuckle fight number 2. From Plymouth, Indiana, here is Travis, the Hybrid Smith. Travis Smith steps on at 159.6.
All right, fellas, we're right here.
Fight number 1, BKFC Fight Night Hammond here at Horseshoe Hammond, 8 p.m. Central Time tomorrow in the BKFC welterweight division. Travis Smith and Anthony Pike.
Pose forward, fellas, face forward. Pose out that way, too. There you go. Woo! Exit right, or left, okay.
All right, before we bring up our next fight, let's go ahead and let's take a poll to everyone here at Horseshoe Hammond. How excited are you guys to see BKFC return to the great state of Indiana here in 2026 again? Let's hear it. Come on. You know something, to all the BKFC knuckleheads that are watching out there today, they mean well, but they're going to get so much louder tomorrow, and you're going to be able to see it live on the BKFC app. Next up, we move along to the BKFC women's strawweight division. First to the scale, her undefeated BKFC record stands at 2-0. From Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, here is the undefeated Alexandra Delgado Lopez. Alexandra Delgado Lopez steps on at 115.2. And her opponent holds an identical BKFC undefeated record at 2-0. From Indianapolis, Indiana, here is the undefeated Natalie Gage.
How about scale real quick?
Natalie Gage, official weight 115.4.
All right. All right, ladies, right here. Come on together. Face off.
This is a competitive division in the women's BKFC divisions, especially in the women's strawweight division. We have got Natalie Gage, Alexandra Delgado Lopez. Tomorrow when they toe the line, someone's O has gotta go.
Good girl. Good job, ladies. Excellent. Thank you.
All right, next up we move along to the BKFC Cruiserweight division. First to the scale, his MMA record stands at 14 fights and toes the line tomorrow for bare knuckle fight number 2. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, here is Bronco Busick. Official weight, Bronco Busick, 205.6. And his opponent, tomorrow makes his BKFC debut from the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. Here is Anthony Dozer Mendoza. Official weight, Anthony Mendoza, 204.4.
There we go. There we go.
This looks to be an exciting fight. Cruiserweight division. These guys know how to throw those hands. And you're going to be seeing the debut, Anthony Mendoza taking on Bronco Busick.
Face forward, pose off that way too. Get your love. Everybody see it. There you go. Showcase what you got. Extra left, fellas. Good job. Good work.
And as always, ladies and gentlemen, we are completely fueled up by Bucked Up Feel Like a Million Bucks. Also, special thanks to Forged Irish Stout and Alp Nicotine Pouches. And Russia, the official recovery and performance partner of BKFC. Next up, we move along to the welterweight division. First to the scale. He holds a pro boxing record standing at 19 fights, and tomorrow he makes his BKFC debut. From Chicago, Illinois, here is Martez McGregor.
There he is. He's ready to go. Hop on the scale, bud. Hop on the scale.
Official weight, Martez McGregor, 166 even.
There we go. There we go. All right, extra left, but over here.
And his opponent holds a BKFC record standing at 1 victory opposite a single defeat. From Mattoon, Illinois, here is Casey, the Lawless Moses. Casey Moses steps on at 164.2.
There we go. All right, over here, fellas. Over this way. Come together. So face off. First
Fight number 4, BKFC Fight Night Hammond in the BKFC welterweight division. Casey Moses toes the line against the debuting Martez McGregor.
Face forward, fellas. Face forward. Pose off that way, too. Get your love. Let's see it. Good job, guys. Extra left. Good work.
All right. Next up, we move along to the BKFC Featherweight division. First to the scale. His overall bare-knuckle fighting record stands at 5 fights. From North Richland Hills, Texas, here is Brandon, the Voodoo Child, Meneses.
Let's go.
Brandon Meneses steps on 144 even. And his opponent holds an identical bare-knuckle fighting record standing at 5 fights. From Tampa, Florida, by way of Danville, Illinois, here is Steve-O, the Blessed Morris. Steve-O Morris steps on 144.2. Now, this is an interesting fight because you have got 2 bare-knuckle fighters that know what it's like to step in between the ropes and toe the line in the BKFC squared circle. This going down in the BKFC featherweight division. Steve-O Morris taking on Brandon Meneses.
Face forward, fell. Face forward. Pulls off that way, too. Make sure everybody sees what you got. Let's go. Extra left, fellas. Good job. Good work. Good work.
And our next fight of the night tomorrow here at Horseshoe Hammond is coming your way in the BKFC light heavyweight division. First to the scale, his overall bare-knuckle fighting record stands at 1 fight, and tomorrow he makes his BKFC debut. From Williamston, North Carolina, by way of East Brunswick, New Jersey, here is the infamous Jojo Schillizzi. Jojo Schillizzi steps on 184.8. And his opponent holds an MMA record standing at 14 fights and a BKFC record standing at 1-0 from Kenosha, Wisconsin. Here is Tom, the Spider Monkey, Angeloff. Tom Angeloff steps on 185 even.
All right, fellas, bring it together here.
For those of you who are not keeping count, this is fight number 6, BKFC light heavyweight division. Tom Angeloff taking on the debuting Jojo Schillizzi.
All right, excellent. Good job, fellas. Good work. Let's get it.
And next up, we have for you the BKFC Bantamweight division. First to the scale, his BKFC record stands at 3 victories opposite 2 defeats. From Hudson, Florida, by way of Westland, Michigan, here is Justin, the Nightmare Street. Justin Street steps on 135.8. And his opponent holds an MMA record of 5 victories opposite 4 defeats and an identical BKFC record at 1-0 from Hoffman Estates, Illinois. Here is Ronny Hauser. Official weight, Ronny Hauser, 135.6.
All right, bring it together here, fellas. By the night.
Fight number 7 in our return to the great state of Indiana in the BKFC Bantamweight division. Ronny Hauser toes the line against the returning Justin Street.
You gotta be ready for a war. I will be. Oh, yeah. Face forward, fellas. Face forward. Can't wait. That's it. It's my pick for fight of the night right there. Let's go. Excellent. Good job, fellas.
All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, last week, BKFC Fight Night Nashville, we made BKFC history by introducing to you a brand new weight division. We call it the BKFC Ironweight division, and what a debut it was. And we've got another one coming your way in the BKFC Ironweight division. First to the scale, his BKFC record stands at 4 fights. From Coal Mountain, West Virginia, here is Alex the Rhino Davis. Alex Davis steps on 223.8. And his opponent holds a BKFC record standing at 5 fights. From right here in Hammond, Indiana, here is Gabriel Manos de Piedra Mota. Gabriel Mota steps on 225 even.
Here we go. All right, fellas, bring it together right here.
A brand new weight class division, and this is the second fight in that division, the BKFC Ironweight division. Gabriel Mota taking on Alex Davis.
Pose up that way too. Excellent, fellas. Good job. Good work.
And next up, we present to you your BKFC Fight Night feature fight, taking place at the BKFC Light Heavyweight Division. First to the scale, his BKFC record stands at 1-0 from Fort Madison, Iowa. Here is Aubrey Merciless Mendonca. Aubrey Mendonca steps on 184.6. And his opponent holds a BKFC record of 2 victories opposite a single defeat with 1 fight even. From Chillicothe, Ohio, here is the hard-hitting Brandon Stronghold Conley. Official weight for Brandon Conley, 184.8.
There we go. Over here, boy.
And a great fight we present to you tomorrow when these 2 light heavyweight warriors toe the line. Brandon Conley taking on Aubrey Mendonca.
Face forward, pose off that way as well. There we go. Extra left, guys, extra left. Good job, good work.
And here comes your BKFC Fight Night co-main event in one of our favorite divisions. It's where the big boys come to play in the heavyweight division. First to the scale, his BKFC record stands at 4 victories opposite 3 defeats. From Jeffersonville, Indiana, here is Steve Panda Banks. Steve Banks steps on 276 even. And his opponent, needing no introduction for our BKFC knuckleheads anywhere in the world, with a BKFC record of 7 victories opposite 5 defeats, and he is a former 2-time BKFC World Heavyweight Champion from Chicago, Illinois. Here is AJ Bomaye Boogeyman Adams. AJ Adams steps on 274 even.
All right, fellas, we're coming together.
And here it is, your co-main event BKFC Fight Night tomorrow night. The former 2-time BKFC World Heavyweight Champion AJ Adams taking on the hard-hitting Steve Banks.
Good work, fellas. Extra left. Good job. Good job.
And now here it is, your BKFC Fight Night main event for tomorrow in the BKFC Welterweight division. First to the scale, his overall bare-knuckle fighting record stands at 4 victories opposite 2 defeats, and tomorrow he makes his BKFC debut from Chicago, Illinois, by way of Sucre, Venezuela. Here is Gregoris, the Venezuelan Viper Cisneros. Official weight, Gregoris Cisneros, 164.2. And his opponent, he is an MMA veteran with a record of 23 fights and holds a BKFC record of 3 victories opposite 2 defeats. From Indianapolis, Indiana, here is Cameron Jumpman VanCamp. Cameron VanCamp steps on at 165.6.
There we go. Come on together.
Time to put those hands together and make some noise for your BKFC Fight Night main event tomorrow in the BKFC Welterweight division. The veteran fighter Cameron VanCamp taking on the debuting Gregoris Cisneros.
Face forward, fellas. Face forward. Pose off that way, too. We're posing off this way. Face forward, this guys. Make it happen. There you go. There we go. Pose up. Get your love that way. Let the fans see what you got. Let you see it. All right. Follow it.
All right.
Wait, got somebody.
All right, let's talk to our main event fighters here. First up, Gregoris Cisneros, You're making your debut with the BKFC. You're obviously an accomplished bare knuckle fighter, but how are you going to beat Cameron VanCamp tomorrow night?
A este hombre lo voy a destruir como he destruido a muchos en mi carrera.
He said he's going to destroy him just like he's destroyed other opponents in his career.
Well, let me ask you this. Making your debut is very, very important, but what message will you be sending to the rest of the welterweights here in the BKFC after tomorrow night?
Mira, las 165 libras tiene que estar preparado para el nuevo Gregoris Cisneros que viene a mandar en esta compañía.
He said the 165 needs to be ready for the new and improved Gregoris Cisneros to come back to the top.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen, Gregoris Cisneros. Now let's go to Indiana's own Cameron VanCamp. Cameron, here we are again. This time you are welcoming somebody to the BKFC that's been a champion somewhere else. How important is it that you send a message to him, welcome him here to the best of the best, the BKFC?
Yeah, tomorrow night I'm coming with bad intentions. I'm putting this guy down. I'm gonna show him why the best fighters fight for BKFC.
Listen, you've been a little up, you've been a little down, right? You need a statement here. How important is this fight tomorrow night here at the Horseshoe? How big is this fight for your career in a stacked welterweight division?
Every fight's important. I'm telling you, I'm putting this guy down quick.
It's that simple. The jump man has spoken. Ladies and gentlemen, it happens right here at the Horseshoe Hammond tomorrow night, 8 p.m. local time, live on the BKFC app. It's the best fights in the world. Knuckle up and throw down. We'll see you tomorrow night right here at the Horseshoe.
Friday, June 26th, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship returns. With another night of action you have to see to believe. In the main event, Cameron Jumpman VanCamp faces the explosive Gregoris Cisneros in a showdown built for violence. In the co-main event, destruction takes center stage when the boogeyman Arnold Bomaye Adams collides with Steve Panda Banks in an all-out battle for heavyweight supremacy. Watch it all live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.